Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is exciting. It's going to be a 2 looks, 1 palette using the gorgeous Shroud Cosmetics Moonfall palette. She's beautiful, she's grungy as always. You can expect nothing less than perfect from Shroud Cosmetics. Look at the colour story. Look at her. She's gorgeous. So I've been very excited for this 2 looks because she's just pretty. I just can't wait to dive into all these shades. We're going to do a mix of a couple of different colours, try to use all the shades in the palette. I'm definitely going to be able to use all the shades in the palette with this one. Yeah, I'm very excited for this. I'm excited to show you guys how I made this look and my second look as well. I haven't filmed my second look yet, but I know it's going to be fun and exciting. So yeah, I love the formula. Love the shades, love the shimmers, can't get enough of this palette. I've been so excited to film this video, so I hope you all enjoy the 2 looks. I do have my first impressions as normal with my swatches and all that kind of stuff in it. I'll have it up here and down here in my description box, so you can go check that out for like my first initial thoughts and up close look of the palette. Just before we get into the actual tutorials, my Instagram is linked down below where I post all my up close eye pictures and full face pictures of all my looks, and my TikTok is linked down below where I'm going to try and get into a few more tutorials on there as well, so you'll have a little bit more to look at. So let's not ramble on anymore, let's get into look number 1. Okay guys, so let's get into look number 1 using the gorgeous Moonfall palette. So I'm going to do an all matte look today, which I don't always do, but I am going to do one with the 2 greens. So this green mostly on the lid and then this one here to blend it out, and a shimmery in a corner. I might use this purple. I really want to use this and see what that's like. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm feeling. I might do something with like liners and things like that. I'm not sure. We're going to see how it goes with this first, and then I'll add my additional little bits. So my skin is on, my brows are on, and my eyeshadow primer is on. I've also got a little bit of contour done, but I'll go through that towards the end. And anything that I don't mention at the end is listed down below. So let's start our gorgeous matte smoky eye. So I'm going to take a Beauty Bay. This is like a flat brush like this. Kind of flat, a little bit fluffy, but like flat. It just says Hey Shorty, but it's from Beauty Bay. And I'm going to take Sentinel, which is the kind of deep murky teal kind of shade, and I'm just going to start by packing this all over the lid, just making sure it's super even. When you're doing a matte smoky eye, the most important part is getting the bulk of your colour even. So the lid is where the bulk of your colour is going to be, all over the lid usually, or across like the lash line. Your classic smoky eye is basically like matte on the lid, blends out to nothing, like all around the eye where the eyelash are is the darkest point of your eye. So like your black smoky eyes, that kind of thing. And the blending shades are all through the crease. But yeah, you just want to make sure when you're doing this style of smoky eye that the whole lid is perfectly even. That's what makes it look really polished. So I'm just bringing that up as far as my crease, so like where my eye starts to sink, and then a tiny, teeny weeny little bit above that. And I am bringing it all the way down to the inner corner. I'm going to apply my purple shimmer there, but I want to make sure that it's covered in there and there's no gaps. Okay, so we look a bit scary, but we're going to pick up that same shade. I'm taking this on a Lavender Luxe number 10 from Beauty Bay, just a small little pencil brush. And I want to pack this along my lower lash line. So we're doing the exact same thing, just running this along the lower lash. We're feeling our emo selves right now. That's what I feel right now. I'm going to go in with this shade Moonmoss, which is the more olivey green, and we're going to start blending this out. So I'm taking this on another Beauty Bay brush. This is BB204, which is like a smaller blending brush. It's not their biggest because I have their other 2 bigger ones. This is like the next size up. So I'm just going to start in that crease where that first green ends, kind of overlapping, and then just start with this smaller blending brush, buffing out this edge, and then we can start adding more of that more olivey green, just blending the whole way around that darker green. This more olivey green is not necessarily like super light, but it is lighter, so it will give us a nice transition. It just means that the very edge of this green you might have to blend as well, which I do have a clean brush for that. Or if you weren't doing like what I'm doing, just focusing on one palette, you can always pull in another transition shade. And then while you're blending like where they meet, you might lose a little bit of that darker green. So I'm just going to go back in and make sure that the transition between these 2 colours are nice and smooth. Like it shouldn't be paler in the crease. It should just start to transition from that darker shade into the lighter one. I'm taking that same brush with the Moonmoss on it, And we are going to run that along the lower lash. You can use a smaller brush, as always. I just like for it to be quite blended out down here. And just do the same thing. So blend it with the Moonmoss and then go back in and add a bit more of the Sentinel shade. And just go back and forward until you're happy. So just to make sure like all my edges around here are lovely and blended, I'm taking a clean brush. This is an Inglot 6SS, which is like a bigger fluffy brush, really soft brush. And with it being clean, it'll just fan out any extra bit of pigment without adding any more. Okay, I'm happy with this for now. I'm gonna fix my under eyes with a little bit more concealer just to get rid of any little bits of fall down. And if I feel like reblending or fixing that, I will do that as I go. But the only thing we have left to do shadow wise is my inner corner, and then we'll add a little bit of liner to that. Okay, so for inner corner, I am gonna take Devotion, which is this purple, which weird, I know. But, oh, the hair stuck to my lip. And it reflects like a gold and like a lime green, which I just think it's going to be weird enough to be interesting enough. I feel like using it. You could very easily, if you want to keep it more monochrome, use this, but it'd be a little bit darker. This would be a little bit brighter, so I'm going to use that one. Or you could use your face highlight if you don't want to be as weird as I am. But I just really want to use this shade with these colours. So I'm picking that up on a little sleek flat brush. Just a little lip brush will do, or whatever. I'm just going to take that on the inner corner, all around the tear duct. So it will be on the darker side, but I just think it'll be interesting. I think it's going to look really cool with like lashes and everything done. It's weird, but I actually really love it. I love the sheen off the purple. Gives like a nice tie-in to the green, but still looks weird as usual. So we're going to move on to a little bit of liner. Now when I say liner, I'm not going to actually do like a liner on top. I'm just going to do liner, my waterline, and nice big lashes. But I kind of want to add something. I don't know. I'm thinking white dots in like a line coming out from the eye maybe. I'm thinking that. I might give that a go. Okay, so I'm going to take my Suva Beauty Matte Hydra Liner in the shade Space Panda, which is just the white. I don't know why. I was going to do black. I don't have a purple that would match, so white I think would be cool to like really give like a really nice high contrast. And I'm taking this on a MAC 210 brush, just like the little liner brush. I have a small little thing of water. It's actually the lid off the Hydra liner. And I'm just going to add some water with the brush to this. So for dots, you kind of want it to be on the creamier side, so you can like do that with it. You don't want it to be too runny because they might go a little bit out of place. And just mix it until you're happy with the consistency. And you almost want it to sit like a little blob on the end of the brush because that'll give you that nice round shape. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball it, and we're just going to, as if I'm doing a winged liner, that's the way I want to do this. I'm starting off with the biggest one that I'm going to do, then the next size, and then a really small one. I don't think they're fully symmetrical. I actually think these go out further. I think I left more of a gap between them, but I don't know. Anyway, you won't really be able to tell. So we'll just go from there. Okay, so I think that's all. I'm quite happy with this look. I think it's going to look really cool with lashes and a lip on. I do have like an olivey green lip. I don't know whether I'm going to wear that. I do have another lip in mind that kind of matches my top a little bit more. I'll see how I go. So let me go off. I'm going to finish off the eyes, do my cheeks, and pop on a lip of my choice. I don't know which one yet. And I'll come back to you in a second. Alrighty guys, so this is how I finish off my look. I'm very happy with how this look turned out. I did change the lip. I had a colour like matching this, but I think it was too warm, so I changed it to this lip, which I'll go through in a second. So let's start going through all the rest of the stuff that's on my face. So to finish off the eyes, really simple because I just did the dots and that's it. I didn't do any upper lash line liner. I went in with my Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On eye pencil in the shade Mars, which is like an emerald green. Matches the lid shade pretty well. Like not exact, it's a bit cooler tone than that, but it matches very well. Then I'm using my MAC Magic Extension mascara on my top and my bottom lashes. And then my lashes, the box is like somewhere, I don't know where it's gone. These are the Natalia lashes from House of Lashes. So they're really like crisscrossy, spiky, really full. I love these for a smoky eye. On to cheeks then, my bronzer slash contour is the MAC Mineralize blush in the shade Humour Me, which is like a bit more brown than a blush. Like it's more of a contour for me. And another Mineralize blush from MAC, I used Warm Soul as my actual blusher, just to give me a little bit of colour, but nothing too crazy to take away from the tones on the eye. My highlight then is the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Multi Glow. It's one of those ones with like the couple of different colours. So I actually mix, I was quite specific with this, mix the kind of more lilac-y pink with the white. I did like a little dab of each one, and that's what I used for my highlight because I wanted the lilac-y tone to tie in with the purple. And then to finish off with the lip, I used something I haven't used in a while actually, my Melt Liquid Set lipstick in the shade Earthling, which is just like a grey brown, and I love it. I love this kind of tone with a grungy sort of look. Okay, that's all for look number 1. I am in love with this palette. It's gorgeous. So let's see what we do for look number 2. Okay guys, so we're going to get into our second look using the Moonfall palette from Shroud Cosmetics. I'm very excited about this one. We are going to be doing the purples and reddy kind of tones. So these two mattes, I'll probably use a bit of this guy and definitely this. I really want to use this shade here. It's like a magenta that like reflects into like a gold and green, so I really want that on the lid. I'm going to do a really nice smoky lower lash with this, and my like actual main crease color is going to be this with a little bit of this just to deepen her up. So that's the vibe we're going for. We're going to do a halo because I have to. I feel like it. That's what I want for this look. So my skin is on, my brows are on, my eyeshadow primer is on. It's all listed down below so you can see what I use there. So let's get right in here. We're going to take a 217 from MAC, just like a flattened fluffy brush. And I'm going to start with Primordial because I want this to be the main focus of the crease, even though I'm going to use this to deepen it. I'm not going to start with this because this will take over. I want this to take over. So I'm picking some of this up and popping this on the outer corner. Just a little bit at a time so I don't get too much fallout. There is a little bit of fallout from these shades, but it just means they're super pigmented, so I can live with that. Just making sure to really pack this in here and start blending out the edge. I do have a clean brush on hand in case I want to blend a little bit further. I'm also packing some of this on the inner kind of third of the lid, and it's going up onto the lid, which I don't really mind because I'm just going to be using the one shimmer on the middle of the lid, but I love this sort of shape. Okay, once I've got my shape going and I've kind of brought it up a little bit higher than I normally would if I'm just going to like start off with a colour, but this is going to be my main colour and my blending colour all in one. So I'm going to take another brush. This is a number 5 brush from the Rose Gold collection from BH Cosmetics, the big fluffy brush, just with nothing on it to start off with, and I just want to start fluffing out these edges just to make it nice and soft and give us a initial blend, and then I can always add more colour back in. Okay, so I've got my blend how I like it. So now what I want to do is deepen it up just a little bit. I just want to use a small little dab of Rebirth, and it's just going to go in those very corner parts. I don't want this to take over. I'm just deepening up the colour we already have, so I still want that to be the focus. So I'm taking that on a Makeup Geek Defined Crease brush, just a small little blending brush, really small. This is a navy, but it's not going to look navy when it's on because we've already got that kind of like pinky, reddy, muted, murky kind of shade down. It'll just deepen up those colours already there, and I'm just applying that just that little, like where my eye sinks, see where it's moving here? Right in there, that's all. And the same in here, just in the very innermost part. Again, kind of where my eye starts to sink in. So you can kind of see the difference there. Like I can still see that maroony shade, it did not take over, but I just have a tiny bit more depth in those corners. Okay, so before we get into all the gorgeous shimmers, I'm going to take the shade Folklore and we're going to use this on the lower lash. But just before we do that step, I want it to be really smoky, so we're going to use a dark liner. I'm going to use my Urban Decay 24/7 Light on Eye Pencil in the shade Tornado, which is a deep aubergine shade. It's like a darker version of Folklore. Same undertone, just darker. So this is going to give me the smokiness, and then I'll smoke it out with Folklore and we'll get a cool effect from that. So I'm just taking a little bit of this pencil and we're going to run this along the waterline, just the whole way across. This is like a cooler toned purple compared to the one I used in the beginning. And then applying it a little bit, just small bit. You don't need a huge amount along the lower lash line because these pencils are very creamy. They will blend for you, so don't worry. But I've just been in such a smoky lower lash line moment. I don't know why. I'm going to take a small little flat stubby brush. This is just like a cheap Harry Potter one. Very similar to the MAC 214. And you want to do one eye at a time because these pencils do set quite quickly. I'm just pre-blending just so there's no patchiness with the pencil. Getting right in between those lashes, make sure there's no gaps, and connect to the outer corner as well. So then I'm going to take Folklore, the matte purple, and we are going to take that on a 219 from MAC, just like a small pencil brush. Picking some of that up, and we're going to just run that along that pencil and just start blending it out. So it'll set the pencil first and then start to blend it out towards the edges. So I'm bringing it down quite far because I do like that look. especially on a halo eye. And I do want to see the folklore kind of peek out from the pencil. That's so pretty. I love it. Okay, I am loving this. I love this sort of shape on my eyes. I don't know why. I just love how like round and tired and a little bit sexy it makes my eyes look. I love it. So we're going to go into the next exciting part. This is my NYX glitter primer and we're going to apply our shimmers. So I'm just going to pop a bit of glitter primer. If I can get anything out of this one. Taking this on a BH Cosmetics Rose Gold number 7, just a flat brush. And just popping that down the middle of the lid, just where I haven't applied any colour. So now we're going to take Soul Stone, which is this beautiful magenta shimmer. And I just can't wait to use this all over the lid. And I didn't use, I was thinking about using 2 different shimmers on the lid. Where I do like the 2 on the 1 colour on either side and then the brightest one right in the middle. But I want to really showcase these shimmers, so I'm going to apply this all over the lid. Just see how multi-shifty and all beautifulness we get out of it. Oh, I can already see 2 different colours at once. Oh, look at that. That's so pretty. How beautiful is that? I'm going to blend the sides now in a second. It's so beautiful. Like it goes from like a hot pink to a gold to almost like a purple. Oh, it's beautiful. I'm going to take a little bit more primordial, the like muted red that we use at the very beginning, and just gonna tap that over the edges of that shimmer just to make sure there's a nice blend here. Oh, she's beautiful. I love her. Okay, that is it. I'm gonna do my inner corner when I do my face highlight because that's what I'm gonna use. I'm just gonna use my face highlight. So I'll do that off camera. I'm gonna finish off the eyes, cheeks, throw on a lip. I'm feeling a bit of a dark lip. A little bit. That's what I'm kind of feeling. So we're going to do that and I'll let you know what I used on the rest of my face. Okay guys, so this is how I have finished off the look. I'm very happy with this look. I think it turned out so cool. I love the little contrast of like the really cool tone. It almost looks blue, like a royal blue with that liner underneath blended out. So yeah, it's really cool and interesting. I'd like to see that purple more on the lid now and see how purple I can get it. But yeah, let's get into everything that I used on the rest of my face. So to finish off the eyes, nothing major. I literally just put mascara on. This is my MAC Magic Extension Mascara, and then my lashes are the Cash Beauty Twilight lashes, just to give a really nice fluttery rounded effect, nice and dramatic and smoky. Onto cheeks, I went in with my Benefit Dallas bronzer just to warm up and contour up my face a little bit, and I really love this. I never really use this anymore, but I actually still love it. I still love it equally as I did years ago. My blush then will look like an odd one because it's quite warm, and I was a bit worried that it was going to be too warm, but it actually worked out really well when it was on. This is the Clinique Cheek Pop in Ginger Pop is the shade of this. It's a lot warmer, a bit stronger, a bit more like sunburn kind of effect on the skin, but yeah, I love that. And then on to highlight, I went in with my MAC Hyper Real palette for my highlighter, and this is the Get Lit palette, which is the lightest one with the kind of like slightly icy blue, icy pink, and then more of a champagne kind of one for paler skin. And I used the shade in the middle, which is called Get Lit as well, and it's the kind of pinkier sort of tone one, just to tie in all the pinks on the eyes. My lip then is a little bit of a combo, but I really wanted to try and match the tone that's on the lid right now, so I went in with my MAC lip pencil in Current, which is like a deep dark purple berry sort of shade, and I lined the lips, filled the whole thing in with it because I did want it to be a deeper lip. But for the actual colour, I went in with my Sleek Matte Me Ultra Smooth Matte Lip Cream in the shade Fandango Purple. I'm pulling this out because last night I just filmed my declutter for my liquid lipsticks, and I'm just really inspired to use a lot of different colours now that I have them all like laid out lovely in my drawers. So I pulled this one out and I love how it turned out. I think it matches so well. Also, just if you're curious, like my hair, I just took it out of the braids. That's it. It was like wet when I put them in, and then it's dry now. And then my earrings and necklace are from Primark. Very simple, very cheap. Okay guys, so that is it for our 2 looks 1 palette using the gorgeous Moonfall palette. I get so excited when Shroud releases a new product, releases a new palette. I'd love to see them release more things. Oh, it just makes me happy. I get so giddy when I see a little like sneak peek or a black and white photo or something like that, because that's usually what they do. I love this palette. It's a really good addition to my other 3 actually, because I've got the Arcana Shroud palettes, and yeah, it's not, I don't know, is it my favorite? No, I don't know. I'd have to compare them. I might do like a palette bingo or something like that with all my Shroud palettes and see what we kind of get out of there. But yeah, I love this palette. I think it's so beautiful, so me, such great looks I can do with this palette, and pairs so well with the other ones that I have. So I want to know down in the comments below, what do you think of this palette? What do you think of this look? And which look of the 2 looks and my first impressions is your favourite? Pick one. I don't know. I'm not sure which one was my favourite. I can't tell. I'm kind of feeling this one though. I am feeling this one right now. But that could be just because I have it on right now, because I was feeling the other one last night when I was filming the first one. So yeah, anyway, you let me know that down in the comments below. If you did like this video, give me a big thumbs up down below. It's the quickest, simplest and easiest way to give me a little bit of support, get me around to more people, and also let me know that you like the video, and I will continue to do many more. And don't forget to subscribe down below to see many more videos coming up. We will be doing more Shroud content. We have also got Odin's Eye, the Perfect World collection coming up. I didn't order all the palettes, I just ordered 2 of them, but they'll be coming up soon. We just have so many things coming. There's so many things and not enough time in the world, so go hit subscribe down below so you don't miss any of that. And as I said in the beginning, my Instagram is linked down below, as well as my TikTok, so you can go follow those down there for up close pictures, more content, anything like that. And I think that's everything from me, guys, so I will see you in the next video. Bye!